Hello everyone, this is a short video about how to assemble the extruder that I designed that is especially for work with the small, lightweight and very inexpensive stepper motors 28BYI-48 because they're not as strong as the NEMAs, therefore we use two of them. Nevertheless, it will work. What we see here are all the parts that we need to assemble, a couple of tools, not very much. Basically the core consists of three 3D printed parts. Two of them are exactly identical. Of course we need the two stepper motors. We need two of the extruder drive gears. They are normally used for the MK8 extruder. They have 26 gears and their dimensions are 11 by 11 millimeters. We need a couple of M3 screws of the length of 10 millimeters, 4 M3 nuts. Also we need two M5 screws with a length of 16 millimeter together with two M5 lock nuts. Furthermore we have these two tension springs and one pneumatic fit, which has an inner diameter of 4 millimeter and an M5 thread. Yeah, let's start with attaching the gear on the stepper motor. Just putting them on and tighten the Z screws. The other one just the same. Make sure that you leave approximately 2 millimeters between the gear and the motor block. Then we have two parts that are exactly the same. Also the assembly steps are exactly the same, identical. Just pull in here the stepper motor, pushing it in. It's a tight fit, but nevertheless it fits. And we have here two holes where we put in the two of the M3 nuts. Also a little bit tight, so I use my preferred application tool here. Okay. Now we secure them with two of the M3 screws. The other one. Then we attach one of the springs just here, and this small channel, again with an M3 nut. You don't need to screw it in completely, just far enough so that the head of the nut, the head of the screw, will be lower than the border of that shape. That's fine, I think. What else? We prepare here using one of the M5. You don't screw it in completely, just far enough so it's flat with the other side. This, by the way, will be the pivot point where the motor block will be tilted. Exactly the same with the second one. Here in the M3 nuts. Okay. Secure it in, or screw it in with 2 more M3 nuts. And also the tension spring. As before, just make sure that the head of the screw is lower at the end as the border of the shape. Okay. And also, of course, the M5 nuts, just preparation for the final assembly step. No. For the moment, not deeper than the height of the surrounding. Okay, last piece that we need to prepare is the centerpiece. By screwing in the last 2 and 3 nuts. Also, there should be not completely in, just leave it so that approximately 3 to 4 millimeters of the thread showing up. Another one on the other side. By the way, these will be the anchor points for the other side of the tension screw, tension spring of course. Then at the bottom side of the piece we screw in the pneumatic fit. And finally we prepare here by putting in the lock nuts, M5 lock nuts. And we're ready for the final step. So what we need to do now is to capture the other side of the tension spring with the head of the M3 nut. Now it's a little bit tricky. Apply some pressure to move it right in place. Just that way. Now begin. So now need to tighten that M5 nut. Again, at the end it must be flexible enough to so that the motor block can pivot. If it doesn't move freely, you need to untight it a bit. Now it's fine. That's also the reason why we have a lock nut, another normal one. So we are fine when we not completely tighten it. So in the final step, again the other side. Also we need to go in here carefully, apply it that way. And also screw in the M5 screw, just the same way like the other. That's it. Now we have a complete extruder assembly based upon 2 small stepper motors, 28BYI-48. just as a final step, we attach one of these PDF tubes. Those two levers are the release levers, and we push them together. We should be able to easily apply the filament. And as long as we push them together, it's easy to move it. And as soon as we release it, it has an extreme hold. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for looking.